It's time at Dish with D. That's me. Welcome to the vlog. Welcome to days in my life when I feel like picking up the camera and sharing food tips and fun. I'm liking this format. I am. I don't feel pressured. When I feel like, I've been enjoying it. So I hope you've been enjoying it as well. We have some fun things in this video. We have a loaded water. We have a fry bread situation. There might be something else I can't remember because I filmed it, like I said. But thank you for joining me here for this. You guys have been loving it. If I mention anything, I will have it linked in the description box below. If I forget anything, always ask me because sometimes I forget. But thanks for joining me for this ride of healthy lifestyle, living at its finest. And it is raining here. It's terrible. It's early in the day. Look at the terrible, yeah. Oh, but it's green though. Yeah, we got some green though. So if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, join us here at Dish with D. We'd love to have you part of our YouTube family. So without further ado, let's roll some fun food and tips footage. Hope you enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up at the end, comment, and I'll see you in the next clip. All right, we're gonna mix up a loaded water. Now you can buy loaded water packets on TikTok, everywhere has them. But I've been seeing a lot of TikTokers who make their own loaded water. And all it is water, but you load it with something. You can load it with electrolytes, you can load it with protein, you can load it with anything. Water enhancers makes it a loaded water. Caffeine products that are powder, loaded water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this devotion in the flavor of peach mango with the Hydroflex, which is vitamins. I think vitamins infused, yeah, I'll say vitamin infused. So there's all kinds of vitamins, electrolytes in with water, but not just any water. I'm gonna go for seltzer water. This is the Maison Perrier of France Forever Peach flavored sparkling water. It is 0 calories, but it's fun. So let's get it in our glass and mix it up. I already put ice in there. Let's let the fizzies go down. Devotion Peach Mango. And give it a good stir with our straw. I added a bit more ice and we're good to go. Loaded water. Devotion, fun seltzers, or even plain seltzer would have worked perfectly, but you know what? I amped up the peach flavor. So this is a win-win. I have a discount at Devotion if you're interested in trying their vitamin-infused waters. Always linked. There you go. I'm going to go enjoy this. That's really good. Oh my God, I can taste the creamy peach. It's so delicious. All right, my lovelies, another day. Breakfast, we talked about it in the live on Sunday that I've been struggling with wanting to eat anything. It's not like I don't want to eat eggs. I don't want to eat, I get up and there's nothing I feel like. Well, I was scrolling through Instagram, I think. Was it Instagram? No, it was YouTube. Shorts, that's what it was. And somebody was making this little breakfast situation. I'm like, oh my God, I used to do that. That sounds really good. What they did was, since it's almost fall here, chop up some apples, saute it with a little, we would use, I can't believe it's not butter, and a little cinnamon. I always put a little splash of vanilla in there. Saute them till they're nice and tender. You can peel it if you choose. I'm not peeling it. I want the fiber, so I'm going to leave the peel on. Apple, any apple you choose. This is, I believe, Jazz apple, I think, from Aldi. It's really tiny. It was just, I just weighed, it was 98 grams. So of course I'm going to take off a couple extra grams because I'm not using the core. So we'll call it like maybe 90 grams or so. And we're going to cook it in this saute it. I can't get things out this morning till it's tender. Let it cool. Then we're going to top it. Now she topped Greek yogurt. I'm thinking, what about cottage cheese? Would be good too. Either one would work. You would get, and we'll talk about the measurements when we get to that part. But again, you can either mix cottage cheese or regular yogurt, Greek yogurt in this bowl. And you're making like a little she calls it apple pie, but it's more like a French apple pie because that's how our French apple pie was. You can even put a couple raisins in there if you wanted. I may put a few. Not anything tragic, not a half a cup. Like, maybe 4 or 5 raisins in there. And while they're sauteing so they plump up, she didn't put the raisins in. You could put nuts too. Also, this would make a really good dessert. Like, you don't want to eat at night. You want a little something sweet. Saute a little bit of an apple, put it over a little bit of a yogurt bowl. some caramel on top perhaps. And we know there's lots of sugar-free caramels out there you could use. Put on top of ice cream. You make a creamy, you creamy people. Put on top of a creamy and stuff like that, your creamy base. So lots of things you can do. And I was there going, oh, that sounds really good. And I'm like, wow, I actually felt like something for breakfast. So we're going to see whether we're going to put over cottage cheese or yogurt. Because I think yogurt I have to use up. I just got a new cottage cheese. So we'll see. We'll see when we get to it after these are sauteed, because we got a few minutes to think about that. So I'm going to get this diced. It's already washed. I'm just going to dice it, core it. Like I said, leaving the skin on and sauteing it a little bit. I can't believe it's not butter or Pam spray. The butter Pam is what I love. Now you could use regular butter or margarine, whatever floats your boat, whatever you want to count. However you want to live your life, you live. But to saute those bad boys up until they're not mushy, but tender. Or for me, I probably like them slightly crispy too, because this is how I like my sauteed fruit. So I'm going to show you. Let me get it into the pan. Alrighty. They've been sauteing up. Like I said, you can bring them even more soft if you wanted. I did throw cinnamon on top. That's why they look a little bit more brown. Yeah, right at the end, you have a little bit of cinnamon. And also what I'm going to do is I have some little, my dollar store imitation vanilla. Just a drop. It's off the heat, by the way. It's just still hot. Then you hit that vanilla, hit your nose. So I'm gonna let this sit and cool, because I don't want it hot. Heck, I don't even want it warm. I just want it kind of room temp. So I'm going to go do a few things. We're gonna come back because it's early anyway. We're gonna watch a Zoom, a Weight Watchers Zoom. We'll come back, and I gotta decide to do the cottage or the yogurt. I think only because the yogurt, I feel like it's getting your date, so I need to use it up. So I think we might do a yogurt bowl. Though I would prefer, we could do half and half too, but no, I think we'll do a yogurt bowl. Plus it seems more, well, cottage just seems breakfasty too. But we will put a few little fun things in our yogurt before we top it with our apples. Now you could, this is something we'll talk about, the things that you could top it with, like you could put some granola crumbs for that crunch of a pie. You could saute just oats. Usually make your own. Like in this pan, do the same thing you did with the apples and just put oats. You could actually, or put, I could have. No, I think I maybe should have. Put some oats in there while it was toasted up. We'll toast them a little bit and get a little bit crispy. Oats are 0 points, but you know, like I said, you have to watch how much you use, because it's not, you know, you don't want to use a whole cup of oats. It doesn't need it. But, you know, 1/8 cup would have been perfect. But like I said, you can use a granola, you can use a graham cracker, a cookie, anything that has that crunch. We will sprinkle. I think I'm going to use a Chuck Zero little, there are these little breakfast cookies, kind of like what are they? Biscoff, are they called? God, I can't remember them. Yeah, the little breakfast biscuits. That's what I'm going to use. So you could use whatever you choose. Remember, the points. You know, again, it's going to be super duper low. I mean, you got non-fat Greek yogurt, or even like a low point cottage cheese. It's not going to, you know, we're gonna amp that up with a little protein too. Again, optional, but let me go. I'm talking way too long, but it's good. These videos are all about ideas, and that's the tips, and that's what this part's all about. Is like, say, I'm giving you like the base, but I'm also giving you like, ooh, because we all have different likes. We all have, what we have in our house is different. So I'm trying to really think, and even the fruit, you could change the fruit up. I was even thinking this morning, I thought, ooh, I have these Asian pears that I got, which I have to try because I just got them the other day. They're local Asian pears, like New Jersey grows Asian pears. I didn't know that. So I would love, that would be really good too. Any kind of fruit like this would work. Pears would work, apples. What's another hard fruit that it's like escape? Bananas. I wouldn't, well, you could foster them, like a bananas foster situation. Oh yes, that would work as well. Put a little, you know, you might have to have a little bit of maybe, I came up with a butter, something like a little bit to get it a caramelization better, and then throw a little bit of maybe brown sugar or brown sugar substitute. Put those bananas in and let them get all bathed in that. And it's light, it doesn't have to be a lot. And you could top that on either the cottage cheese or the yogurt, and with any, you know, wow, that does sound really good, doesn't it? We might have to revisit this one again. Like, again, it's nice, something different. I just didn't know. I am burnt out on everything. I am burnt out on eggs, vegetables for breakfast, pancakes, waffles. You know what, I've been eating these weird, I say weird, but they are odd. These little breakfast rounds I got at Sprouts. They were gluten-free. They're orange. Let me show you them. These are Oziri cranberry orange morning rounds. Fruit grain breakfast buns. They're gluten-free. 160 calories or 5 points. I've not know what I felt like, and this really has hit the spot. It's a little bit, you know, mixed between a biscuit and some fruit. I also got these Oziri snackling rounds, oatmeal cookie. I believe I didn't write the points on here, but I think it was. I think they were like 3 points each or something. You get 2 buns, 130 calories. So I think it was either 4 points. It was really decent. But these were a little bit smaller than the rounds. But that's been my life. I don't know what I feel like. So I've been feeling like sweet buns. So I'm going to go maybe making some cottage buns again. That may strike my fancy. But again, when you're in a rut, see what you feel like and how you can tweak that. So obviously I'm going for fruit buns. So we're going to try maybe making some gluten-free cottage buns I do have a bag of, that I ordered from Thrive, oat flour. Normally I make my own, but it was a real good deal that day. I was checking out saying, hey, you want to throw this in your cart? And I'm like, oh, maybe I do. I'm like, oat flour. You know, sometimes if something is ready for you, you're more apt to do it. Oh, I'd have to grind the oats. Oh, do I feel like doing that? I'm going to sit here and tell you, to make good, healthy choices that fit into what you want, it takes work. And if you don't feel like doing it, you're not going to do it. And then all hell breaks loose. So if you can take an easy step like that, it's ready for me. I just have to open the bag and dump it in a bowl. I'm more likely to do it than having to get the oats, put them in the thing, put them in the blade. I know it sounds simple, and it is simple. It's just that's one more step that you don't feel like doing. Honest here, it is. And I can admit that I don't feel like doing it. So they make these things for people like me. And I like that. So I need to go watch my Zoom. Let this cool, and we will come back and build a bowl. Alrighty, our apples have cooled. I watched my Zoom, so we're going to get our breakfast. Now, you could really tailor this. I'm sitting here going, oh, I could do that. I'm like thinking all the things in my head. But I did measure 3/4 of a cup of the parfait, right here. 0 milk fat yogurt. I love parfait. I mean, look how thick this is. I mean, literally, it's not falling out. Love this stuff. I get this at Grocery Outlet, and they have it for like $5.99. Now, I did put the expiration date, which I didn't realize the expiration date comes on the flap. I was wondering, I was looking high and low the other day. I'm like, I couldn't find it. So I put it expires 9/22 this month. So, but I love the little note that came in there. Made with milk from non-GMO fed cows. So, I mean, I used to make my yogurt, and I do occasionally, but honestly, parfait is the bomb diggity. So we have that. If you want to use less than 3/4 of a cup, go ahead. You know. Oh, I was going to add the apples, but no, we have to add some devotion. Angel food cake. Now, use any protein you have. You don't have to buy devotion, but I love devotion. So we're going to do half a scoop. I think that should be enough. Or maybe 1/3 of a scoop. We should measure. Let me get my scale because I should measure that. Because I think 1/3 would be perfect. I think half might be too much because I don't want it too thick. But let me grab my scale. 9 grams of my protein because I just did 1/3. So I'm just going to, you can watch me if you don't trust me. So my scale, I zeroed it out. I'm just going to go to, make it to 9 grams. Eight grams is fine, that's plenty. Like, yeah, I think it's fine. Again, I also have a discount for devotion. You always know that. I love the protein is a mix, I believe, of casein and whey. So it really, really helps when you want to bake with it because whey protein doesn't bake as well as casein, and casein doesn't taste as good as whey. I know. Makes no sense to me. I'm just gonna throw that in there. Now you wonder why I probably didn't use the Supreva, because I want protein. And it's gonna give me flavor and protein. So combine that. You're gonna get even thicker yogurt than you originally had, because especially this one is pretty thick. But if you have like a really weak yogurt, the protein powder will help. All right, nice and thick. All right, let's top our situation. Alrighty. Combined our protein in our yogurt. And again, you could skip this step. You don't have to put the protein in there. There's plenty of protein in non-fat Greek yogurt. You could use that beautiful Supreva. I would probably use the butter biscuit. Should we put the butter biscuit in there anyway? Oh my gosh, should we? I don't know. I hate to mesh flavors because it is going to give it sweetness. Does it need sweetness? I think we should. I do. I'm going to use my favorite player, the butter biscuit. I do love this one. They're all great, but for some reason I have a little affinity to the butter biscuit. So I'm just going to do half a scoop since you already have protein powder in there, but we just want a little bit of flavor and sweetness that this will give it. A little bit, you know, because it's yogurt. Not that the protein powder didn't, but the protein powder did its other job, and that's what I wanted it to do, to give it protein. Now we want to give it a little bit of personality. Again, totally optional. If you don't have Supreva, you don't want to try it, it is on Amazon. You could use sugar-free pudding mix. You could just leave it out, quite honestly. You could put a little sweetener if you wanted. Like if you like your yogurt sweet, put sweetener in it. But we're going to put the apples on top. So, all right. All right. Did I tell you about this? I don't know if I mentioned it. This is the pre-measured bowl from Uba. And this way I was able to measure my yogurt without having to dirty another utensil. And I can eat out of the bowl. So I love this bowl. I always have it linked. It's on Amazon as well. But the order from Uba, I think there's $5 off from me to you, but it is linked in my Amazon store as well. Because some people just like to do Amazon, and I totally understand that. Here's our apples. They are completely cold because it got a little bit late here. I was a bit busy. They got a little bit colder than I would have wanted. I could just heat them up. Do we want it warm though? Maybe we do. The clips will turn longer than it needs to be. Alrighty. We heat up our apples. And this was jonesing for a little hot apple pie. And I did not do the raisins. I changed my mind. I don't know why. I just did. I'm like, I don't know if I feel like raisins. We're just going to put our apples right on top. And I love the cold, hot situation going on. Now, another great idea is you could sprinkle on some nut butter if you wanted. I'm not feeling nut butter today. And we talked about the biscuits. These are the ones I get from Chalk Zero. These are their, their little butter, not Biscoff, the breakfast biscuits. Now, this whole pack is 3 points. I don't think I need the whole pack. But sometimes they're broken. Oh, this one's broken, so we're going to grab this one. I'm just going to use one. And I will definitely tell you the points. If you want to put the whole thing in, you can. I mean, I don't see why it would be a problem. But you just put a little bit of crunch. You can put some nuts, seeds, whatever you want to give a crunch. Peanuts, I think, would be good. But you just crumble this. We'll just use one of these little biscuits. Now, again, if you have the points, you could use, like I said, or if you wanted to. I'm just wanting a little bit of crunch. And I'm going to top it with some, my God, this is like a ad for everything I buy. The Chalk Zero, I'm going to use the maple. A tablespoon is a point. I don't want a whole tablespoon, not because I don't want to count it. I don't think I really want that much. So we already used the Supreva. I'm just going to put this on my spoon. I'm just going to use a teaspoon of this. You can use regular maple syrup. You can use honey, would be really good on this too. So there we go. Just to give it, I wanted just a little bit of extra something. Oh, if you've never tried Chalk Zero, their syrups are so amazing. So they are 35 calories for a tablespoon, which you might think is a lot, but you only need 1 tablespoon for most times. It's 1 point, but it's so good. Oh, let me see. So there's our bowl. I mean, look at that. Like I said, this will make a great dessert as well. So that's it for me. I'm going to go enjoy my little apple pie situation here for breakfast. Protein. Let me give you the breakdown of the macros. when I get them off the phone. I did put everything in. Right, breakdown, 2 points on Weight Watchers, 182 calories, 28 grams of carbs. I know you're gonna say that's a lot, but it's an apple. Think about that. 26 grams of protein, which is really good. And here's the beautiful thing. That's why that carb is high. 10 grams of fiber. Wow, that's amazing. And 168 grams of sodium. I had put sodium. Somebody asked me about sodium, and I threw it on there, and I thought to say because I thought it was really. But yes, yep. Like I said, when you break, like I said, you could change that. You could add a little more biscuits. You know, it's all your pickle. Like I said, if I would have put the raisins in, I probably would have raised the carbs too. I just honestly, I couldn't find them in the cap. Let's be honest, I couldn't find them, and I didn't want to waste any more time looking. They're probably up at the very top, and I just didn't feel like getting the chair over. But yeah, you can put raisins. So it really isn't French apple pie. It's just apple pie. But again, make what a great little, like for 2 points and that macros, what a great little like midday snack. After dinner, you want a little something, something. This would be really great. I just think it's easy. I said change the fruit up. I want to do it with pears. But it's kind of like a Progrert bowl, but more parfait like because it's smaller scale. But yeah, let's taste it. No, I don't want to do that. I want to add one more thing. Hold on. Little flaky sea salt on top. I bought this specifically to do that with things. Did I take the count? Because it's a little, I'm going to up the sodium, but I think a little salty hit would even bring it to notches unknown. Because it's really good. It'll be below my head out with that salt. So we will enjoy my breakfast, and I hope you make this. Let me know if you want to try something fun, something different. I actually literally looked forward to this morning. There you go. That just ties everything in. So I'll be back for something else in this vlog. Alrighty, made my fry bread today for 3 points with the Supreva butter biscuit and my homemade 0 point peach jam. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. Let's give it a taste, shall we? Because let's see if butter biscuit is good on toast. Homemade toast, protein toast. Supreva butter biscuit is my #1 flavor powder on Amazon. I'm telling you, approved. So I thought I'd throw in the tasting because it makes sense. So I made a hot matcha. Follow the package directions. I didn't clean any of the spoons yet or the glass. I'm having it hot. I do have my vanilla here in case I feel like it needs a little bit of sweetener. But let's taste it without anything. It's not bad. I mean, it definitely tempers the matcha grassy taste. I mean, definitely there's something in there that's different. Let's put a pump and a half of the vanilla because I like vanilla matcha. Let's see if that gives a little bit of brightness. And we will also try it as an iced matcha in another video, but I want to try it warm. Like I said, I'm not hating it. Well, let's just say vanilla choc zero makes everything way better. Oh my God, it's really good. Yes, it's definitely, I like it. And I love it with the vanilla syrup in there. But yeah, and I'm more of an iced matcha, so I'm curious to see how it's going to be iced. But you know that it definitely, I'm not sending it back. So far, the Ryze for the win with the matcha. I think people who don't like matcha probably might like this because, again, it tempers the grassiness of matcha, which I don't mind, but I know some people do. Definitely has like a muddled matcha with a little bit of a taste you really don't know. It's probably the mushroom. But yeah, there's MCT oil in here. There's all those adaptogens for your mushrooms. So yeah, I consider this, you know, a win. I'll let you know what Steve thinks of the coffee. Like, again, he's had mushroom coffee. I don't know if he's had this brand of mushroom coffee. So we will revisit that. We'll revisit the chai and we'll revisit this iced. But right now, I say it is a thumbs up from me. 4 out of 5. I think I was expecting it to be like, somebody said it tastes like dirt. I was expecting dirt. I don't get dirt in this. So I think it's a win. So I'm going to put this before the haul. So now you'll see the haul that I got from them, because I ended the video there. So to put it after the video, that clip, it would just not make sense. Well, you might not see it. So you'll see this. I am tasting, and now I am hauling what I got from Ryze. So here comes the haul. Here comes the haul. Here comes the haul. Like, here comes the Dutch, right? All right, guess what came in the mail? My Ryze order. Now, I've never tried this. This is not sponsored by them. I've been seeing it pop up on my feed, and my husband has had, I don't know if he's had this brand. He's had mushroom type coffee, and he loves it. So I thought, I noticed that they had a matcha. And I thought, I was actually looking at my matcha order. I just postponed it for another month, because with auto delivery, you can do that on a lot of these programs. You can postpone it. So this popped up, and I'm like, I've heard a lot of good things about functional mushrooms. So I can't say. They did say they had a money back guarantee. So I'm telling you, if I do not like this, it's going back. But I tried it was a little, it was a Labor Day, I believe, deal. And it came with a, big, I'll show you what I got there. We got this, and it scans at 1 point per serving, 25 calories. Quite honestly, it's probably, let's see, 1 gram of carb. Doesn't mention any sugar in here, so maybe it's that little 1 gram of carb that gives it a point. But there's 6 mushrooms: shiitake, turkey tail, king trumpet, lion's mane, reishi, and cordyceps. I know I said that wrong, but those are the mushrooms that are in it. And I asked people in the group. I've got mixed reviews, but I got this. So it came with 2 packs of matcha. The package, don't ask me how much I spent. I know it was under $50. I know that. And it came with the coffee sample. So Steve can have that. It came with several coffee samples, so I'll give those to him. It came with superfood creamer, mushroom and probiotics. Creamy vanilla. All right, the calories are 35 calories. I'm sure it's probably a point. Is there sugar? 6 grams of total sugar, no added. So it might be a point, honestly. It's one of those things that you just kind of like, if you're worrying about these points, which I don't, maybe I should. It came with a mushroom magnet. It came with a coaster. It did, well, I thought I didn't pick this set up, but it came with a iced coffee glass, which I think I remember picking it. Again, do I need another glass? Probably not. But you know, it has the mushrooms on it. We gotta look at it, because I think it had the mushrooms on it. I don't see mushrooms on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Look at that little, I don't know if you can see the mushroom right there. Oh my gosh. Put my hand up, maybe you can see the mushroom. Yeah, it gives you the, a little, I guess, ways to, encourage you to drink. I like this size glass, I do. Stir, sip, and shine. I'm a sucker for a cute glass. What did I say? Elegant. And it came with a straw. I love that. I will say, I've learned that I am a glass straw girl, not a metal straw. Because, at least with the glass, if it's dirty, you see it. But those metal ones, I mean, you should be cleaning them anyway. That's why they come with little brushes. But I know some people just forget. And, hold on. Okay, more things it came with. It came with a measuring spoon, wooden, and a mixing spoon. Just love a good, cute little wooden spoon. And we have, what else do we have? Looks like a bookmark, a little recipes, and I guess maybe they're the benefits and all that little thing about apparently the chicory is what people don't like, but depending on how it's used. Here's my receipt. This is how much I spent. No, I spent more. Oh, okay. That's right. Because this was an add-on. So I did spend more. Okay, I spent 67 because I added the... Oh, did I show you this? I don't think I did. This was an add-on at the very end. It says, we'll give you this at a discount. And you know, I love matcha. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they made mushroom chai. So I thought, what the heck? We will try the mushroom chai with the matcha. So yeah, that's why I'm like, why did I spend so much? Because I got the chai. I knew there was I'm thinking to myself, I forgot about, I'm thinking it was a package, but no, that was separate. It came, you know, just when you're ready to check out or you hit check out, it says, hey, before you check out, you want to add this for like X amount of a low fee? And you're like, oh, I can't resist. You feel like me, oh, I can't resist a deal. Especially on something that I probably would have wanted to try was the chai. So that's what I'm to share this. So we will see what I think. We'll taste it probably in the end of the week's vlog, because I'm probably going to end this vlog here because I think I have enough footage not to make it too long. So we'll probably end this vlog here with my little unboxing. But yes, keep an eye on for next vlog and we will taste both of them. We will taste the matcha and the chai. So then we'll see if we want to like, because I did have a refer a friend. So I think I can even give you that now, a refer a friend. So wait till I try it though and see if you're, you know, if I tell you it's decent or if it tastes, somebody said it tasted like mud. If it tastes like mud, we don't want it. But if it's decent and you get all those benefits, mushrooms are the new superfood, apparently. So we're going to end this vlog. I'm going to end this vlog right here because this is going to be the end of the vlog. So thank you for joining me for this first beginning of the week vlog. A few fun things we did. I don't even remember what we did. Filmed over days. We had the loaded water. We had, oh, that breakfast. I really enjoyed that. I want to make that again. Maybe I'll make it for the next vlog with the pear, the Asian pear, which I've not tried yet. The local Asian pear. And we'll try the tea. And hopefully, maybe if I don't like the tea, would I try the chai? Probably. I'll probably try both. Steve he'll be like, oh, I'll drink it. Steve, like I said, I expect him to like, because I know he's had some sort of mushroom coffee. So that is it for me. Questions, leave them below. I will put the link for Ryze if you're interested to refer a friend. If you're like, you've been wanting to try, you don't care what I think. Because I do think the coffee, it may be different anyway, because I don't drink coffee. So I can't even attest to that. And I will tell you Steve will like it because he likes everything. Oh, is that good enough? I don't know. But I will leave that refer a friend down below. Also, don't forget about the Supriva. I did make, you might see it in this video. Yeah, I'll probably throw it in there. My breakfast, I made a fry bread, a sweet fry bread with the butter biscuit. I really find this may be my favorite one out of all of them. They're all good, but for some reason, the butter biscuit and I have a relationship. So I will link them for Amazon. And that is it for me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with People. We are healthy lifestyling together. So join us for the party, because eating better shouldn't suck. It shouldn't. And if it sucks, we got to talk. So we have fun food. We just have less of it. And we try to lighten things up here. So join us and I will dish with you another day. Bye-bye, my lovelies. Peace out.